A few weeks ago, we began this series designed to help you establish policies and practices in your church, as well as pastoral responses to issues related to sexuality and gender. This Article 6.4 initiative refers to the specific section of our PAOC General Constitution and Bylaws that defines gender, and we trust these resources will dispel hesitation associated with addressing issues of this nature. As on the one hand, we need to be welcoming of all people on their faith journey, but we must also be clear and use biblical instruction on what it means to be a disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ. And so this release focuses on some recommended best practices for managing and serving people by implementing lifestyle standards and appropriate agreements for church membership, volunteers in the church, as well as volunteer leaders and board members, a document about the value of PAOC credentials for pastoral staff members, and a sample lifestyle agreement for non-credentialed pastoral and other staff members. We need to establish clear understandings and expectations of biblical standards and be consistent in addressing issues related to sexual purity and sexual sin, especially for church members and those providing leadership. And please allow me to begin by reminding you, Pastor, of the importance of aligning your church's constitution with the current version of the PAOC Local Church Constitution, especially the current Statement of Essential Truths, Article 5, and the PAOC's Positions and Practices, Article 6, from the General Constitution and Bylaws. You can accomplish this by updating to the current version of the Local Church Constitution, as these provisions are already appended to it. Or if your church has a complementary constitution or bylaw in place, you can also make appropriate reference to Articles 5 and Article 6, which include clear biblical definitions of marriage and gender. And if you need help with any of this, please speak to your district leadership for guidance. Secondly, allow me to remind you of our recommended best practice that staff pastors in affiliated PAOC churches be credential holders with the PAOC, or at least qualified and willing to complete the credentialing process. But should you still have pastoral staff that are not credentialed with the PAOC, or a non-credentialed person serving in any staff position for that matter, we strongly recommend that they sign a lifestyle standards agreement. Pastor, this protects the church by ensuring that those you employ are committed to a biblical standard of living and are aligned in terms of doctrine, ethics, and morality. Next, we recommend implementing membership and lifestyle agreements for church members and those in volunteer leadership and teaching roles. You may wish to also consider a volunteer agreement that allows a person to have a very basic level of involvement, as they may be very early in their walk with Jesus. It's also a very good idea to have the church board or pastor's council members affirm their alignment with the church's constitution and shared values by signing a board or pastor's council covenant. These are all proactive measures that protect the integrity of the church by ensuring alignment. And should a person be misaligned or become misaligned or not yet be ready to make the necessary doctrinal, moral, or ethical commitment, you will then be able to identify the issue and work with that person pastorally. So please review your governance documents and policies related to managing people. And if there are any gaps or you just need helpful resources, then we invite you to review the various templates we are offering. Just click the link in this email and it will take you to the PAOC Ministry Toolbox, where all these resources will remain available to you right there under the tab entitled 6.4 Biblical Sexuality. They'll be there until you are ready to use them. Thank you, friends, and may the Lord bless you as you lead.